The PBA Tour is live in Titletown, just down the road from the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Our top 5 finalists, tournament leader A.J. Johnson, Jason Belmonte, Mike Devaney, Hall of Famer Pete Weber, and Martin Larson are our top 5 field. Out of the number 2 slot, Jason Belmonte, looking to do what no one has ever done in the sport of bowling.
Looking to go back-to-back-to-back titles here at the Masters. Never been done in the 65-year history. But Jason Belmonte was a little distraught when he qualified in the number 2 position. But here's a stat for you. In the history of this event, the number 2 position has the highest winning percentage ever yesterday.
It's tough to get out of the land of perpetual bowling, but our top 5 are here. And Martin Larson, opening shot at the Masters. High flush hit for Larson and an opening strike.
And you probably saw that bowling ball go pretty straight down the lane. It's not because there's that much oil. It's because Martin Larson's throwing a regular urethane bowling ball.
Now opening shot for Pete Weber, tied for 3rd on the all-time list with Norm Duke with 37 lifetime PBA Tour titles. Tied with the great Earl Anthony with 10 majors. Opening shot. Strike apiece.
Weber also had the highest average overall of our 5 players today. In fact, in the first round of qualifying, Pete Weber averaged 261.
John Zerbinski, Barrett, Roberts, and Anderson all facing Weber. The 4th seed.
Oh, how about that
one? Well, he didn't like it off of his hand.
Might have been a little wide.
You heard him just say that, but when you have such a good hand and a great touch at the bottom of the swing, as Pete Weber does, well, good things tend to happen.
Where from the gutter to the 6th arrow, urethane is my strongest piece of equipment. I've run the spectrum in this tournament.
Yeah, and right now that urethane ball going straight up in between 1st and 2nd arrow looks pretty good.
Larson, owner of 6 European Bowling Tour titles with a win today, would qualify for next week's Tournament of Champions. 3rd frame. High flush hit for Larson, opening turkey.
Got it a little bit right, got some more hand in it, and the ball just kind of checked early and then walked right to the 1-3.
All strikes, Weber up in the 3rd, opening match at the Masters. Three apiece.
No react.
Do not disturb. 4th frame.
Come on now, Hook. That is right here.
Hambone. For Larson, it's been a grinding roller coaster in an event, and he hasn't felt he's bowled that great. Bucket crumbling, but not the 2-pin.
See, and there's the only issue with using urethane. If you miss it just a hair at the bottom, it's not going to have enough of an engine, enough cover stock to grab the lane and hook into the pocket. You've got to be real precise with that in your miss.
Spare for Martin Larson.
You know, Mike, I think it says a lot about Martin's character. It was a tough loss for him a month or so ago when he lost the Scorpion Championship. And, you know, he was in position to win that. He needed a double in the 10th. He got the first hit, and then Greek Church second ball in the 10th. As we take a look one more time, and again, you have to miss left of target, not right. He did that. That ball was on line. But I think it says a lot about his character. You know, he dusted himself off, and he's back.
Looking for the hook. That's a bucket crumbler, just leaving the 8.
That's a huge break, not leaving the 2 and the 10 with it.
Single pin spare for Weber. Corrals it. And Pete's got a 10-pin lead halfway in our opening match.
And it allowed the players to play all over the lane.
6th frame. Weber in the pocket. Opening match at Ashwaubenon Bowling Lanes. Pete Weber in search of his very first Masters title with the new move. And when we return to Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, Weber tries to ascend the ladder. Martin Larson in search of his first title. More when we return on ESPN. Pete Weber
with a strike up. Martin Larson, also a strike up, can even things up here in the 6th.
Nice shot there. That time the ball actually read. Remember the last time on that lane, he went light and to him, and that's how he decides to play the lanes and what equipment to use.
Finished 11th in the 09 World Championship. Light hit, another bucket combination, this time double wood.
And with a urethane bowling ball.
Good cover for Martin Larson, looking for his first PBA title. Six around the 10.
Oh, good shot.
God, that was a good shot.
Pete covers his spare. Weber +2 heading into the 8th, 9th, and 10th frames. Pete bowling a total
Shots I've thrown.
of 39 games in this event, 15 during the 3 days of qualifying, 6 Friday in match play, Randy, and 18 yesterday to advance to the number 4 seed. That a 10 of the flat variety.
I think the one thing that we always fail to talk about too is Pete Weber's one of the best spare shooters on tour.
8th frame. 7-10 split.
Well, we saw it in the 4-player shootout last night from Francois. Here it is, the same kind of hit from the same part of the lane, and that is, in my opinion, the worst break in bowling. And I say that for a number of reasons. One, it's a good shot, it hits the pocket, but 2, you're left with an open frame.
Flush hit for Larson. Mike Devaney is next. Weber +14, foundation frame. Another 10-pin.
Looks like the oil's pushed down the lane just far enough to make Pete Weber's bowling ball a little soft into the pocket. Last 3 shots have been really good, especially on this right lane. And all Pete Weber has to show for it is 3 10-pins in a row.
Uh-oh.
Light hit, carries it. Saw quite a bit of that yesterday during match play as Pete closed out match after match.
Well, he really wrapped his wrist around this one at the bottom of the swing, and he made that ball turn the corner, and it went high flush. He needs 8 pins, and he will move on.
Come on. Yeah, that's right, baby!
There is your dagger. 237 for Weber to advance to face Mike Devaney. Wayne Larrabee calls Packer games here in town with that call quite a bit.
Bowling ball used in the last game.
Strike, solid hit for Weber. Back in 2009 at the Scorpion Championship in Allen Park, Michigan. 42 years old, opening shot. Strike for Devaney.
Mike, real solid throughout this tournament, and it's good to see him back under the bright lights. I know that he suffered through some injuries, and I know you've got a little bit more info on that, Mike, but Devaney's has always been regarded as a good player. Belmonte in that match, 602 to 594 because of a nosediver. A nosediver that Belmonte threw in the last ball of that match to beat him. But you know what, Devaney, he really kept a good attitude about it and said, okay, hey, I'm still in this
physical grind. And to get through a tough match like that, because I saw that 10th frame.
Oh, hook.
Ball came back, drops the rack, and a double.
take my chances again and hope I don't leave the 7-10, and then it's basically mine.
Well, thank you so much for your time. And we're sorry that because of this loss, you don't get to go to the TOC maybe next year.
Well, I'll have to try to get another one.
Footwork, the basis of his game. Ball comes up high. That's a 6-pin.
Yeah, he looked down immediately at the approach. It looked like he stuck. And then normally when that happens, the players grab it at the bottom of the swing, and that's what it looked like Mike did there. And you can see the ball checked right in the middle of the lane and almost went Brooklyn. Boy, does that stand out. Devaney as it is for you and I.
Fourth frame, mixing and flat 10-pin.
See, and here's the problem that players have on television. They're coming in cold, so to speak. Even though they get a couple of practice balls before the start of this match, he doesn't have the blueprint that Weber has. Weber knows exactly what the lanes are doing. So here's Mike Devaney throwing good shots, and he's leaving these half-tens on the left lane. You know, you don't have the luxury of several games to figure it out. It's the super slam.
Long way to go. He's got to get to the semifinals first, but he's got the front three here. Fourth frame. A rare off-balance shot from Weber, and that is a bucket combination.
Slipped.
Pete coming up a little gimpy there again.
Problem here.
Slide issues. I used to have tons of issues with sliding the correct amount. Weber never has that problem.
Flush hit, splitting the 8 and 9. Weber striking the 5th. The hook rating indicates potential hook on a scale of 10. And a roller, no, 10-pin.
Weber did.
6th frame for Devaney. Pocket smash and a strike on the board. Mixing 10-pin.
So you want to know why Pete almost didn't bowl this tournament?
Yes.
So I got a copy of a text from a friend from wife Tracy to Pete. Pete was very unhappy with his performance last week in Milwaukee. Stand by. And so he basically sent a text to wife Tracy saying, you know what, I'm bowling so bad, I'm just going to withdraw. I'm not going to bowl the Masters.
He is waiting in the semifinal. 7th frame. Gets up nosy, and it's a split. 3-4, 7-10.
As soon as I left.
And he got it. Cleaned it up.
That's why I am PDW right there. Right.
Devaney up in the 7th, trying to double, and he leaves a split. It's a 2-10. And back those nerves, and that comes with experience. A couple 4th place finishes in prior majors, and that's high. Avoids the split, just the 3 and the 6.
Tendency is to break that part of the lane down. So if they're all playing in, you would think that.
Light hit, roller, no.
But at least it looks like.
High flush strike. First. Oh. Slaps the 10 out that time.
Tighter his body's going to get.
Double in the 10.
Whoever needs a mark, any mark will win. And a good finish by Mike Devaney.
Ten-pin.
He's got to make it.
I don't know if I can throw it any better.
You know, what's the adjustment? You know, a lot of people are thinking, well, if you can't throw it any better and you're leaving 10 pins, what do you change? And there's only one.
Pete Weber advances to face Jason Belmonte. Belmonte said it last night. Kicks are hit here.
And when we come back for that next match, I'll tell you Weber's response to that.
Thanks. Thank you.
Jason Belmonte, you got your wish. Bowling fans, you're getting your wish. Weber, Belmonte, semifinal next at the Masters. Jason Belmonte's got his own history on his mind. AJ Johnson stands in between. That semifinal match is coming up next live at the Masters. One of the favorites out here on tour, Weber, made it to the semifinal. He's on a mission. Opening shot, higher seed Belmonte. Forces Weber to begin. And a 4-pin.
And it's interesting because during the break, Weber's allowed to practice on the alternate lane right next to the TV pair. Nope, stays with what he's been using.
Weber covers up the single pin, still having some footing issues. Opening shot. And a matching 4-pin for Belmonte. Winning 3 in a row in majors, Jason Couch accomplished that, Randy, in the Tournament of Champions.
I know everybody here, Jason's family out here, we all want to pass along our deepest condolences to Jason. You know, he said it, told us last night he was going to go to his A game, he was going to move way in. And got him this time.
Really?
In the building, the players have not had to deal with that throughout the entire week.
Weber now trailing for the first time today, 3rd frame.
And it looks like he's using the same bowling ball, but he's got a couple out there that have different drillings. He's going with a pin up on one lane and a pin down on the other.
Famer Tom Baker, Anthony Lavery spar, and then he lost in the winner's bracket championship match to AJ Johnson. Mixing strike. Takes advantage of that crossover. The finals between Pete Weber and Jason Belmonte. Belmonte on the double 4th frame. Powerful hit.
And there's the big difference with the power of Jason Belmonte. And we saw Weber leave a lot of 10 pins last game. And when Belmonte's bowling ball hits the pins, there's usually nothing left standing.
And Messenger gets the 10. And out come the guns.
2 tickets to the gun show.
Between 3rd and 4th arrow, and a mixing strike explodes the 4-pin out of that rack.
Well, that's almost been his best shot in terms of carry.
Oh, Belmonte. His half of the beer frame, and he crosses over and gets another crossover strike.
That stat, he's made 9 out of 11 finals in majors.
Hurry.
Just 2-pin, that could have been 2-8-10 territory.
Jason's in a tough spot because if he gets the ball too far to the right, he's going to go light. If he gets it left, there's no chance of that ball holding its line. Pete broke his glasses, not sure if he's got a backup pair or not. Snapping the lens back in.
Ball rack.
He said he didn't want his towel touching his bowling ball.
It's a heck of a rivalry. Both of these guys have history.
Can't get it.
And the 10-pin doesn't fall. There's so much on the line. This has eluded the Weber family for years. Belmonte's trying to do what no one has done before. Belmo came in saying, I want this man. And what was Pete's response?
He said he's not afraid of these young guys. Look out.
Skinnies it. Knocks it down. Spare in the box for Weber. Overhooks, 3-6-10. And Weber cleans up the spare. A trio of things irritating him today. The lane approach. Belmonte equipment, and Belmonte with 2 well-placed crossover hits. That's high. 3, 6, 9, 10. A particularly tough spare in this bowling center.
Yeah, but he will have that bowling ball take the 9 out.
Expert cover for Belmonte, and he fills the box in the 7th. He leads by 23.
That's a really good conversion. He's going to take a re-rack on the left lane.
And the 2-time defending champion here. Plus 23, 8th frame.
Oh my. That was almost a massive blower 7-10. Weber could have used that in his corner. Over and told, look out.
Missed 10-pin by rule. Ball's in the gutter, the ball stays in the gutter.
It's an open frame.
Okay. Able to take the lead, 8th frame. Splits the 8 and the 9. Monumental foundation frame. Seven pin.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Come on, don't miss. You wanted it, you got it.
Gotten of this tournament.
Belmonte after the open, his foundation packs the pocket.
That's a great shot, and it was a great react coming off the lanes. Weber knows what Belmonte said. You talked about it. Here's the situation. If Jason Belmonte strikes out in the 10th frame, he will shut out Pete Weber. If he doesn't strike out in the 10th frame, Pete Weber can still win. Max score for Belmonte, 233. Max score for Pete Weber, 232.
Back.
Great shot. You know, Belmonte knows exactly what the lanes are giving him. It's all about execution now. And he prides himself on execution. I think we really miss out on the fact that this player throws it with 2 hands. And he is the back-to-back reigning player of the year. He's a special talent.
Pure double for Belmonte.
Those are 3 of the greatest shots I've seen in a while. He needs 1 more just like it. With that power and that rev rate and those revolutions, anything can happen, though, if he's just a little bit off. He needs 9 to force Weber to get all 3 for a tie. A strike, it's all over. Anything less, Weber can get up and strike out in the 10th frame and win.
Weber will make the step ladder. I will face him. I will beat him. You can say it, but you got to do it with the ball. 10th frame.
Come on, come on. Get it.
10-pin.
Okay.
Weber needs all 3 to tie. What a great shot by Belmonte. That's something you don't see his bowling ball leave very often, is a weak 10. For Weber on this right lane was really good. He went high flush. I think he's figured out this right lane, but again, it all boils down to the same thing, execution.
The last little thing Belmonte did was go get that towel to kind of remind Weber. Nope, that's high, baby split. Jason Belmonte advances. He called his shot, and he's in the title match with an opportunity to go 3 straight at the Masters. Pete Weber denied the Masters title again. Belmonte advances. He will get the amateur A.J. Johnson in the Masters title match. Tournament leader says Jason Belmonte opens on the left lane. Here we go, title match. Ring 10 from the outside angle.
I mean, there's so much angle that he's playing. There's almost like a trough of mud in the middle part of that lane that he has to throw the ball over and get it through.
Belmonte cleans up the spare.
Folks,
Opening shot for Adam.
A.J. Johnson.
I'm sorry, Mike. Folks, you're in for a real treat. This is a great young man, nice kid. I've known A.J. since he was about 17, but watch this kid throw it. He is a great talent.
Has taken advantage of opportunities USBC provides as a member of Junior Team USA and Team USA. Opening shot. Skates wide. This is the head pin. 1, 2, 4, 8.
Good when he was going straight.
Screech to the line. A.J. Johnson just stuck to his game plan, and it's worked all week, Randy. He only tries to do what he can do.
Feel like that was affecting your play then?
Yeah, I let it get to me, but you know what? To me, I think they should have enforced it. As soon as he set it on the ball return, they should have told him to get it off. So that's my opinion.
This was a heartbreaking loss for you, and thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
Baby split for Johnson.
Great shot there.
Nice cover. All spares here in the title match. Avoids the 4-9, just the 9.
So So are you insinuating there was some intention there?
I'm saying that twice is a coincidence and 3 times is a trend, and we've seen different things happen in qualifying and in match play, and
he just did it again.
And there it is.
You don't think it's habit?
Could be habit, but not when twice instructed to refrain.
And is it a rule or is it just courtesy?
I'll have to check with...
Because the players are asked to keep their rosin in the back, on the back table. They're also asked to keep their towels back there. We covered up my bowling ball with his towel to where I had to physically touch it to get it out of the way. I hate that.
Third frame. 10-pin goes down. Strike for Belmonte.
That's not a full towel. That's a little chamois. That's a small square chamois. And he's just simply putting it down in the flat part between the bowling balls. Marshall Holman once threw his rosin, Norm Duke's rosin bag at him.
Johnson yet to hit the pocket. Closer.
Oh.
Almost a big break, just a 2-pin.
You know, if Belmonte doesn't start striking, he's going to let A.J. Johnson get comfortable. And once A.J. Johnson gets comfortable, we're going to have a match.
A little wide again. Pays the maximum penalty, 8-10.
Belmonte, the only player to win from the 5th seed. And he missed them both.
Couple factors at play. First appearance on television, but also what's left on the lane surface.
All of that is going against A.J. Johnson.
High, and a split for Belmonte, 3-4-7.
Yeah, he got soft.
Slide the 3 into the 4, and Belmonte opting for the count. Highly unusual.
Well, I'm not so sure that's that bad of a play. If he tries to slide the 3-pin over into the 4-7 and misses all of them, all of a sudden he's behind in the match. There he is.
Dave LeBar, co-proprietor here of the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, joined by Dave Drew, the co-proprietor here, and Matt Orvis, the general manager. Big thanks to Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, great hosts of this 2015 USBC Masters, 60 lanes here in Ashwaubenon. As tough as the first 4 shots, Randy, A.J. Johnson is in this match.
He still is. He's still in it. He's going to make ball. He makes a ball change right here. Let's see what happens.
Nice shot for A.J. Johnson. Clears the rack. We talked to him yesterday, Randy. He said the key to his game is waiting for it at the top.
He's got to be real soft with his shoulder and his hand at the top of the swing so he doesn't pull down and grab it. But after his last shot on this left lane, he went over and spoke with Tim Mack, his tour rep, and they...
For Johnson, he can take a lead here. 6th frame, championship match at the Masters.
Between third and fourth arrow, wanted it to push 4-pin.
Yep.
College competition, wants to bowl full time and travel the world.
Come on. Good shot.
2 good shots in the 5th and 6th for A.J. Johnson.
Did you also mention that he's studying sports management?
I did not.
Well, because I could use a good agent. You know, if the bowling thing doesn't work out, maybe AJ can represent us.
And his lead. 6th frame in the title match. Nixon gets the 7-pin to fall. Double working for Belmonte. 7th frame. 7th arrow. Oh, fly.
Why?
3-4-10.
Silly.
Well,
Silly.
I've been doing the telecast for quite some time now, and I'm not sure I've ever seen the 3-4-10 left. Just got to get the ball over into here and then slide that 3-pin over into the 4.
No choice but to shoot at the split this time.
It's close. Oh, yeah.
Converts the split. We've seen this time and again in majors. Not only does he strike, but he pulls off shots like that.
My question now is he second-guessing himself in the 4th frame for not going for the 3-4-7?
The 2-time defending champion. Doublewood 2-8 light. Good cover. Light explodes the rack. Strike for AJ.
He's a Carcarius. He's a great white.
Thank you, Richard Dreyfuss. Frame 4, Belmonte wants it to hurry. 10-pin.
Yeah, and that's that angle that I was referring to in the last match. He has to send it so far to the right and then get it. Yeah, it almost cost him the match against Weber, but he prevailed in the 10th frame.
Foundation frame. Packs the pocket.
Well, that was a big strike because now, no matter what A.J. Johnson does in the 9th and 10th frame, he cannot shut out Belmonte. If Belmonte didn't strike there, A.J. Johnson could have won this on this right lane.
Just one strike coming back in the 5th frame. High Greek Church.
Oh,
Come on!
man, what a great try. Almost makes the Greek Church. I would have kept things interesting, but right now that's pretty much all she wrote. A.J. Johnson strike out, shoot 179, and Belmonte wouldn't even need a mark. He would just need good count. He will three-peat.
And he'll do it with a victory lap. Move over Dick Hover. Move over Billy Whaley. Mike Albee, you have company. Jason Belmonte has three-peated at the USBC Masters.
Incredibly difficult position to put a young man in who's never bowled on television before, and then you throw him on a pair of lanes that have really gotten extremely difficult.
And a 10-pin late for good measure. Jason Belmonte will hoist the trophy for the 3rd straight time when we return to Usbc Bowling Alley at the Masters.
Way to break it.
On the PBA Tour, final score 202. A.J. Johnson 157. Kimberly Pressler is with our champion.
Thanks, Mike. I'm also here with Chad Murphy from the USBC with the trophy presentation.
Jason, congratulations, three-peat, man. Awesome.
Thank you very much, Chad. Thank
Way
you
to go.
much.
Congrats.
Oh, very emotional Jason Belmonte right here. You've done it. You are going in the history books as a three-peat. You've won this 3 times. What does this moment feel like for you?
It's indescribable, Kimberly. I'm shaking, I'm ecstatic, I'm nervous, I'm happy, I'm every word that you can possibly describe. And you know, my children and my wife, Kimberly, Ara, and Hugo, they got up early this morning. They're sitting by the TV watching me bowl all the way back home. So this is for you guys. I love you. I miss you so much, and I can't wait to put your names on this trophy with me.
Well, congratulations, Jason Belmonte, on winning the three-peat.
Next week, live on ESPN, the Barbasol PBA Tournament of Champions